Welcome to my bucket garden. The really great news is it's finally rained, and the rain's clearing the smoke from the air. The smoke is from fires that are happening east of us a few miles, quite a few miles, 20 miles, but the wind's been blowing it over us, and it's made everything smoky and difficult to breathe, and everybody's been really uncomfortable, and it's like 15,000 acres that's on fire. So we really like this lighter rain, so we're pretty happy for that. This is the middle of October, later October actually, and the last real rain we had was about an inch back on June 10th. We typically get 3 to 5 inches of rain a month, and having gotten maybe a half an inch today and yesterday total, and then an inch back in June, that's just not our typical amount of rain. So everything's really dry out here. And then the smoke made just not for a great past several weeks, few weeks. So it's a really great relief. I think we had 2 successes in our garden this year. One, we got an okay batch of tomatoes, and it looks like we have a few more. And we had fun working on the garden and sharing the progress and sharing the results with you guys on our journey to learning how to do some of this stuff. The summer is kind of hanging on. This rain might signal a little bit of a change in it, but some of the orange tomatoes that I talked about before are turning red, and some of the green ones are sprinting to beat the frost. Some of them have turned a little bit orange, some of them have turned very orange, so that's really good news. On the other hand, the peppers, total bust. I've done something very wrong, and I don't know what it is. This is the 3rd year we've tried peppers. The first year we got a pepper that just was bad, but it at least grew. This year, 2 little tiny worthless peppers. And one of these plants was a start. Actually, they were both starts. One of them came with a pepper on it. So it just didn't grow. They didn't flourish at all. And they're in the same soil as the tomatoes. And the tomatoes were pretty happy up till, recently. You can see some of the leaves are beginning to turn brown because it's getting cooler at night, cooler than they like. So I don't know why the peppers did what they did. If you have suggestions, love to hear them. The beans, also a bust, essentially. I think I got 4 beans off of them. And, other people that I know got big bushes and lots of beans. So I'm growing mine in a bucket. They're growing theirs in the ground. So maybe that's the difference. Geese are flying. The peanut, the volunteer peanut, the squirrel planted peanut, really wants to be in Washington, but I don't think Washington's the right place for it. It's actually kind of thriving. It's cooler than it wants, but I think peanuts, they want to be in Georgia. They don't want to be in Washington. Our season is just too short for them. So there's really not much else that we're going to get out of the garden this year, except for a few more tomatoes. Some of the orange ones that have turned red and the ones that are already red need to come off. But that's all we're going to get out of it. We're not getting any beans. Beans don't grow. We're not getting any peppers. We've pretty much gotten out of the garden what we're going to get, which isn't a lot, but we had a lot of fun. We were hopeful in the beginning, and hope got dashed, but we held on, and we got some tomatoes, and we had some fun. I think in the next video, I'll show you what we're going to do in the garden, with the garden, right? What are we going to do with what we have set up here, because we don't want to leave it set up all winter, and what we have planned for next season. We've got to kind of get that underway so that when next season does come around, we're all ready to go. And that's going to be kind of exciting. Hopefully that's the next video. The bad part about the rain is I can't work outside. Well, I could. I should probably do that. But it involves paint and involves some other stuff. I think I showed you a picture of it. I'll show you a picture of the stuff. So you'll want to see what's next. So make sure you're subscribed, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.